Welcome back to the Barley Lads. If you've enjoyed our content so far, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notified for when we post new videos like this. Today, we're drinking a very special bottle. It's Woodford Reserve Masters Collection 2020 Barrel Proof. This is Woodford Reserve Batch Proof, a Kentucky Straight Bourbon from the Woodford Reserve Distillery, Versailles, Kentucky. 61.8% or 123.6 proof. It's a non-age statement whiskey, price-wise around $130. Same mash bill as Woodford Reserve Distiller Select. So this is Woodford Reserve Masters Collection. They have a few different bottlings that they release each year under the Masters Collection. I'm going to call it a line, but it does change from year to year. This is slightly different than some of the other Masters Collection because it does say barrel proof or batch proof. Sorry, batch proof. So for the batch proof, this is generally a foolproof version of the Woodford Reserve Distiller Select, or the Woodford Reserve bourbon that I'm sure many of you have already had. It has the same whiskey, it's coming from the same barrels, it's coming from the same facility, and as far as I know, I will say that this, I believe, is all coming from the Woodford Reserve Distillery. I don't think this is being blended with the Brown-Forman barrels, which is, you know, what they do with the rye and the bourbon and maybe the malton and wheat. I'm not quite sure on those two, but this potentially is all triple distilled pot still whiskey, as opposed to the column still mixing that's coming from the Brown-Forman in I think Louisville. So this is a yearly release. The reason we know that it's 2020, it doesn't say it anywhere on here, but the proof at 123.6, we know that that was the 2020 release, and that's how we know which release this is. Also, I want to thank Nick, my buddy, who's letting us borrow this bottle and sample out of it. Very generous of you, and we appreciate you allowing us to do that. Yeah, so this, like I said, is a year release. This is the most, the highest reviewed, the best reviewed of the batch proof line that's come out. It's only been coming out for a few years, I believe. But from the sampling that I've had, it is incredible. It's fantastic. So you're still getting the same Woodford notes that you would expect, but just amped up, and it's certainly more complex. It certainly has more punch, more just more complexity to it. So you're still getting the mellowness that you expect. I mean, I'm sticking my nose in here. It doesn't smell, it doesn't burn like 123 proof. It doesn't punch you in the nose like some other cask strengths that are out there. But you still get a lot of caramel, certainly the oak influence, vanilla, but it smells almost like an older whiskey because of that high proof. You get like a leather quality to it. And it's definitely, I feel, to me, has a lot of pot still influence because it's oilier, it's more viscous, it's mouth coating, but it doesn't burn. It doesn't taste like it's 123 proof. I can't get over how good this is. Get out of here, bug. Now I will say, you are paying I will say almost a ridiculous premium to get batch proof, to get barrel proof Woodford, but you're paying a novelty price because it is only released once a year. Like, you know, it's $130. That's a lot, especially for a $35 whiskey. For the price, though, You are probably going to be able to find this on the shelf easier than other barrel proofs, such as like Elijah Craig. Incredibly hard to find at that $70 price point. If this was $60, $70, $80, I think it would be very, very hard to find. But because you are paying a super premium price for it, you probably will be able to find this a little easier than others. But I'm not going to say that the liquid inside this is worth $130, because you can get batch proof, barrel proofs at a similar, proofing for, roughly half the price. Fantastic whiskey. It is. It's incredible. I just can't stop coming back to it. With this dark chocolate, and just with that high proof, it's a super long finish. Great whiskey. But again, if it was half the price, you wouldn't be able to find it, but it would certainly be worth the money. So thank you again for watching another episode of the Barley Lads. Today we've been drinking a very special bottle of the 2020 batch proof from Woodford Reserve. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Cheers.